sometimes your phone conversations get into our broadcast, and sometimes we have some ambient noise in the background. So if you could be so kind as to do that, I'd appreciate that. Also, for those attending and for those who want to share this with either your team or your entire company, the webinar will be recorded, and a copy of the PowerPoint will be available after this. Probably in about a day, we'll send out a notice for all those who registered so that they can download the PowerPoint, or it will be available on our website at iClick.com, so you can view it directly from our website. We will have additional information. I'm sorry. After the webinar will be about 20 minutes, so you can get an idea of how long this is going to take so you can get back to your customers. We'll also have a question and answer period directly following for those who want to ask some questions about power packs and mobile chargers. Feel free to do that. On the right side of your bar there, you'll see a little area that says questions, and you can type those questions on. We'll field those questions and answer those questions immediately following the broadcast. So without any further ado, let's get going here. And again, I'm Reggie Gonzalez with iClick. I'm the Vice President of Sales here. I'll be your host today. And again, for all of those joining us, thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with us this morning. I hope this webinar will be informative and educational and a little fun as well. We want to be able to give you information that you can use on an everyday basis and have you become the expert. Close my screen here a little bit. Okay, power packs and mobile chargers. What we're going to talk about today. A little bit about how to sell more. We'll talk about quality and safety aspects about power packs and mobile chargers, and how you will become the expert, hopefully, after the end of this webinar. So our agenda today is we're going to talk about a little bit about iClick, who we are, what we've done in the past 14 years for those who are unfamiliar with iClick. And then we'll get into the meat of the webinar, which is our mobile chargers. Again, how they work, how they operate, the quality that you should be looking for, whether you choose us or any other supplier. Of course, we prefer you use us. And we'll talk about all the certifications that that come with our mobile power packs, what to look for, and also some industry uses that are currently being used by our customers and their end user customers. And again, for those who've just joined us after the webinar, which again will be about 20 minutes, we'll have a question and answer period. So you can ask us any questions about mobile power packs and how they operate. All right, who is iClick? Well, iClick has been in business for over 14 years. We originally started with USB flash drives. We were one of the original suppliers to introduce USB flash drives into the industry. Kind of been focused on tech. We have branched out a little aside from tech, but what has gotten us here is our customers and what we do for our customers every day in terms of processes and also our customer service. We have been touted as being having one of the finest customer service teams and sales teams in the industry. And testament to that is the awards that we've received in the last 5 or 6 years. For an example, Counselor Magazine has awarded us the Distributor Choice Award this year and the previous 5 years as being the supplier in the computer tech industry with the best customer service. Also last year, we were awarded Supplier of the Year by Counselor Magazine, which is a tremendous accolade, humbling, but again, a testimony to what we do for our clients every single day in terms of remarkable service. And if you haven't used iClick, I encourage you to do that. Give us an opportunity. Even asking for a quote is a remarkable experience here at iClick. We also received a PPAI Star Award in the computer tech industry from PPAI this January. And we're also been featured in Best Places of the Work for a couple of times in the past 10 years. So great company, great customer service, great company for you to partner with and establish a relationship with. We'll treat you right, and you'll never forget working with us. Quite different from any other supplier out there. I can guarantee that. So that's a little bit about iClick. So let's get on to our webinar today. Oh, by the way, this is, I usually talk about some of the top 10 reasons why you should use iClick. Real quickly, I'll just go through this. Reason number 10, if you haven't done business, we give you an instant $2,000 credit when submitting the purchase order. On all of our products, we have a freight equalization program, which offers a 3-day air at ground rates. We also introduce a national decorating program for silkscreen and embroidery. We do have a separate webinar on that. You can view that on our website as well at iClick.com. The fastest turnaround on quotes and virtual mock-ups. When you ask for a quote, you're going to get a quote on all of our products in less than 20 minutes and 1 hour on virtual mock-ups. So I encourage you to use this as a marketing arm of your team. Number 6, industry-leading 100-piece minimums on our writing instruments. And of those, we have 26 pen styles. 18 are available for 24-hour turnaround time. Also, on all of our products, we have a ready ship next day. No extra charge for our ready ship. No upcharge for us to get that out in 24 hours. Again, I talked about our award-winning service. For our USBs, and reason number 3, we bring all of our product into our Seattle facility for a second QC check. We check for virus protection, memory, also a scratch test, make sure your logo is adhered to, and then we repackage all of our USBs in an eco-friendly, security sealed packaging and a free lanyard for all of our USB drives. Number 2, we've got you covered. We're not just USBs anymore. We have mobile accessories, power banks, writing instruments, and now our national decorating service. And of course, the reason number 1 our customers come back to us is the highest quality flash drive and all of our other products as well, mobile accessories, power banks, with a lifetime warranty on our USB flash drives, a year warranty on our mobile accessories and power banks, as well as pens. So some of the reasons why our customers keep coming back to us. So. All right, let's get going on our webinar. Mobile chargers, how do they work? Really important for you to understand how mobile chargers work. Just think of a mobile power pack or mobile charger as an extension or battery extension for your mobile devices. They're designed as either a battery backup, so you can have extended talk time on your iPhones or smartphones, or tablets, or some of the other instruments out there, such as Kindles and things of that nature. For an example, with a iPhone or smartphone, if you have a 2200 mAh, and I'll talk about mAhs in just a minute, and your phone is dying, and you have less than 5%, you can plug in a power pack, and you'll get an extended use of about 2 to 3 hours with a 2200 mAh battery. So it'll get you to finish up a conversation, complete some things that you're looking for on your iPhone or your smartphone, and get you to a plug where you can recharge your phone. You can leave it plugged in, and it will also recharge your smartphone or iPhone as well. And there's 2 types that we like to look at. One is for emergency backup, and then a full charge. So you can do both with our power banks. And it's important to ask those questions to your customers. What do they want to do with the power bank? And of course, with all of ours, you can do both. They are portable. They should be portable. They should be lightweight, and they should be just an extension of their devices. Most importantly, they must be safe and certified. And I'll talk about all the certifications that you should look for, whether you're using iClick or other suppliers. And if they don't meet the certification approvals, then I would not work with that supplier at all. We've all heard the horror stories that have gone in our industry in the last couple of years, or last year actually, in recalls, large recalls on battery packs, overheating, burning hands, exploding in their pockets, etc. Has not happened with us, and the reason it has not happened is because before we launched power banks over a year ago, we made an extensive effort to make sure that they meet all the qualification certification standards that are adhered to. Most importantly, UL certification. So, and again, I'll talk a little bit about all the certifications in a minute. All right, quality. Versatility, that's the first recommendation to customers. They have to be versatile. They have to be able to travel with a customer, whether that be in their pocket, in their backpack, in their brief bag. All those things must be taken into consideration. Mobile chargers also should be universal for all types of devices. Every one of our mobile chargers are available for iPhones and smartphones, Kindles, iPads, and tablets. Now, it's important to recognize that recently there's been a mandate by Apple to halt the sale of connector cords, and recently we started to see MFI cords, which are authorized Apple cords, starting to come into our industry. We are now undertaking that task, and soon we will be featuring some MFI cables shortly. But it's also important to recognize that you can use any of the Apple connections with our phones. So a very simple task. I have an iPhone 6 Plus. I use my existing cabling to charge my phone with my power pack that I have with iClick. And of course, it needs to be CE certified, and that's Consumer Electronics, by the way. That's the acronym CE. FCC, of course, Federal Communications. Also UL, which is Underwriter Laboratories, and ROHS, which is a European standard for electronics, which is understood worldwide. That means all of these are compliant, or all of our power banks and chargers are compliant, and all of the certificates are available. And they also should be stamped or adhered to on the back or somewhere on the power pack. So very, very important that you take a look at those guidelines. And when you are searching for power banks for your customers, those 4 certificate compliant should be on there, or you should ask for those. Most important, Underwriter Laboratories. If it is past Underwriter Laboratory certification, that means it has gone through an extensive compliance survey. All right, this is a really important slide for you. And I will share this with you as well. It's really great to have handy for you. It kind of talks about the milliamps. And you've seen the 2200, the 2000, the 4000, the 8000, the 12,000 milliamps. What does that all mean? So your battery in the phone and in chargers are measured by milliamps, which is the MAH standard. And this is a little comparison chart. So you can see what an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy, a Kindle Fire, an iPad Mini, what their battery capacity is and what you'll need to be able to charge those or give you extended battery life. For an example, an iPhone 4 or 5 internal battery there on those phones is 1900 mAhs. So if you're going to recharge that iPhone 4 or 5, you're going to need at least 1900. And usually the minimum for mAhs, in fact, in our first series introductory models, it's going to be 2200 mAh. So you're going to get one full charge with an iPhone 4 or 5 with a 2200 mAh battery. And you'll get extended battery life with a 2200 of about 2 to 3 hours, utilizing a 2200 battery charger or power pack. An iPhone 6 and 6 Plus has 1810 to 2900 mAh battery power. So you're going to need a little bit more power to be able to get extended battery life or a full recharge. I have an iPhone 6 and I have to use a 4000 and above to be able to charge my 6 Plus or to give me additional battery power. A Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and 5 contains 3200 mAh, and the 5 is 5400 mAh battery power. So again, you're going to need some additional battery power or chargers for that. A Kindle Fire is 4400, so you're going to need at least 6000 or 5000 to start with to get a full recharge. iPad 1 to 3 is almost 7000 mAh. You're going to need at least an 8000 mAh battery power or charger. iPad 4 has 11,000 mAh battery power, so you're going to need at least a 12,000, which, by the way, we have. And then an iPad mini has 4,400 mAh battery power. So this is a great chart. And again, I'll share it with you when I send out the announcement for our recording and our PowerPoint. So you'll have this handy at your disposal when you discuss power banks with your customers. Also, with our power banks, or with any power banks, there's a difference between the actual battery. There's lithium or polymer lithium-ion batteries available out there. And I'll talk in a couple slides forward, I'll talk extensively on the difference between lithium ions and polymer lithium-ion batteries. They're substantially different. Again, they must all be universal, so they must be able to accommodate both a smartphone and an iPhone or Apple product. They should have regular USB and micro USB ports, because your smartphone is going to work with a micro port, and an Apple connection will work with the USB port. And again, I want to overemphasize that our power packs will work with all Apple products using owner-supplied power cables and AC devices. And again, we'll be introducing some MFI cables that are compatible with Apple, again, certified as well. All right, here's the slide I was talking about in regards to the difference between polymer versus lithium batteries. And we have both in our arsenal of power banks. And this is great to know, because there is a substantial difference in both. So the most popular power banks or chargers out there in the industry are run on lithium-ion batteries. The lithium-ion batteries are slower in charger time and recharging. They're a little bit larger in size, so you'll notice a little difference in the size of lithium-ion batteries, and they are less expensive. So that's why you're going to see the cylindrical type of battery packs, the square ones with an on and off switch. Those are the most popular out there. They're all aluminum-based, but those are what everybody seems to have right now. And by the way, I just want to take a side note. When you're searching for power banks, I think it makes a lot of sense to go to a company that is tech-oriented, that has understood and done some extensive testing before launching, rather than going to a supplier that also can supply you mugs and aprons and bags. I think focusing and driving your customers to a tech-savvy company that understands everything about tech and power banks is a wise choice. Of course, pricing dictates that, and we understand that, but I think we have both pricing and quality and the experience and expertise in this category. So polymer ion battery, or polymer ion, or it should say polymer lithium ion batteries, and the difference between a polymer lithium ion battery is it charges faster and recharges faster. They are usually smaller or thinner in nature, and they are usually considered better, well, I shouldn't say considered, they are a better battery for life extensive or life cycle of the power pack. They are a higher quality battery, and they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but you're going to get a lot more value out of your purchase for your customers. It's going to last a lot longer. They're going to notice a vastly different recharge, faster to recharge on their phone, as well as when they eliminate the charge on their phone, it's going to recharge faster through their computer or through their AC outlet. So that's the basic difference between the two, and we'll show you in our assortment of power banks the difference, and you can tell the difference in the two. Okay, let's talk a little bit about safety and compliance. Again, I highlighted a little bit earlier on FCC, Federal Communications, CE, Consumer Electronics, UL, Underwriters Laboratory, and ROHS, which is a European standard that the world recognizes as far as electronics. They have to be certified. All of our products are stamped on the back with these certifications. They should be stamped on the device itself or on the instruction manual, and the suppliers should be able to supply certificate copies to you if your end customer asks for them. all of ours have this stamp on the back of theirs or on the instruction manual for you. All right, some industry uses for power banks. Literally every customer is an opportunity. I don't think there is a customer out there that does not have an iPhone or a smartphone or a Kindle or a tablet or an iPad or an iPad mini. So every one of your customers is an opportunity to sell power banks to. It's a mobile technology must. And I would recommend when you go into a presentation, if they're looking for promotions, this is one thing that you should not be remiss about showing, because everybody is a candidate. It's important that the majority of chargers are not for promotional giveaways due to the cost. So, and that's mainly with our polymers, so those are more gifty or incentive use. And the end user applications include thank you gifts, new product launches, door openers, incentives, and also corporate gifts, as I mentioned. Again, any industry tied to mobile accessories marketplace is a potential customer. And any customer that has a large sales force, especially an outside sales force where they don't have access to a plug, that's huge. To be able to distribute a power bank to a large company that has a large outside sales force, that would be a great opportunity so they don't lose communication while in the field. What we found out when we're talking to customers as well is that anybody, a lot of farm industry are buying a lot of power banks. The reason why, they're out in the field all day, they don't have access for up to 12 hours for AC outlet, so they keep them with them. Excuse me. They keep their 2200s, 6000, 12,000 with them all day long, and they use them in extensive or extended battery life for a full recharge when they're out there in the field. So oil industry as well. We found we've sold a lot to the oil industry. Again, outside sales forces are a great candidate for mobile power banks. All right, just going to quickly go through our line of power banks and identify which ones there are. We have Series 1. All of our products are listed under series, and so they're all the same cost, which makes it easier for you. So you could just recommend any of our series, and you'll be confident to know that they're all in the same price category. So Series 1, these are our what I call emergency power lithium batteries. Our B100 series, B200. Again, B100 is the standard cylindrical. 200 is a square with an on-off switch. 300 is a square that offers full color imprint, as well as our 400 and B500. Again, all of these are 2200. We do have stock on our B100, B200, and B500 with our ready ship. So we can turn these around in 3 days or less, depending on quantity. Our B100, B200 are laser engraved, and again, all have UL certifications. Our B500, we can do a full color process on that. No minimum order quantities on any of our mobile power packs, so you can order as low as 10 or 15 for you, and there is no less than minimum charge for that. So I encourage you to give us a call for a quote. Send me some artwork so we get some virtual mock-ups, and again, we offer free unlimited virtual mock-ups for you. Again, these are all lithium batteries, so they're going to be less expensive. They're going to charge a little bit slower and recharge a little bit slower for you, but they do its job. They will get the job done. All right, our Series 2, these are multiple phone charges, as I indicated before, what you need for those iPhones and some of those 6 and 6 Pluses and the Samsungs. This is our C100, which is a 4400 mAh, multiple charges. And then our C200, again, 4000. These are all overseas with a minimum of 50 pieces. And our overseas production is only 12 business days. Coupled with our freight program of 3-day air, we can get an order to your customer in 15 working days. And our Series 3, multiple phone chargers. This is for tablet power. Again, our D100, which is 5,000. This is a polymer battery. So you can see the difference in cost between some of the other ones that I just previously showed you in the Series 2. So this is $24.40 on a C, for as low as, and that's at 1,000 pieces. But this is the one that's going to last longer. It's going to recharge quicker and also recharge the actual battery pack quicker. But the extended life of this particular piece will be, the ROI for the extended life on this will be a lot greater than the lithium ion. Then we have our F100, which is the 11,000 mAh. Again, this is overseas. This will recharge a iPad, give you multiple charges on the iPhone and smartphone. And then in the right-hand corner is our D200, which is 8,800 mAh. Again, multiple charges, will charge an iPad. And that's a lithium. Our F100 is a lithium. And a full color process on both the D200 and F100 as well. All right, and finally our Series X, which is, again, multiple chargers, our Power Pack X100, which is a very popular item. It's a very slim design, almost like a credit card type, a little thicker, fits in your back pocket, fits in your coat pocket, fits in your backpack, your purse. It's a great piece. Almost all of our staff here carries the X100. It is a polymer. So again, the extended life of this particular purchase will be a lot greater and extend the ROI for your customer. That's a 4,000, so you'll get a couple of charges for your iPhone and your smartphone. It won't charge an iPad, but it will give you multiple charges on those other phone devices as well. Great imprint area, on-off switch, LED lights, so you can see the battery charge capacity, and a built-in flashlight, LED flashlight in there as well. And then we have the power packs of all power packs, and that's the X200. And the X200 is a 12,000 mAh. It is also a polymer. Again, it's going to last a lot longer, quicker charges, quicker multiple charges. And, oh, by the way, on the polymers, they hold the charge a lot longer than the lithium batteries. So if you don't use this for months, it's still going to retain the full battery power. In fact, you could not use it for like 3 months and you won't see a degradation in the battery power of or the charge of the polymers. So again, a little bit more expensive, but again, you're delivering higher quality and longer lasting product for your customer. And then finally, our customs. These have become very, very popular for us. We have done an enormous amount of virtuals and product with our custom. They are 2200. We start at 2200. It is at our X400. So just like our USBs, where we can do custom PVCs, we could do the same thing with our power banks. So anything that you think you can do or you have done either with USBs custom, we can do with power banks. And I highly encourage you, if you have something that you are doing or you have a customer that you think would look great in a custom PVC power bank, send us the artwork. We'll do some free virtuals for you. It looks great. It's a great brand extension for your customers. But we have done all different types of industries, from casinos to trailers to hockey pucks, just all different kinds of great ideas. And creativity comes out when you do your custom shape. On our custom shape, just to note that it's a 100-piece minimum, and it's only about 20-25 business days for production, and we can do them as low as $18.62 on a C. So, and the mold charge is only $150. So, very low minimum entries in quantities, very low mold charge, and I would introduce these and show these to every customer. So send us artwork. At the end of the webinar, I'll give you some contacts for us to get some virtuals done for you. All right, so let's review. Important to understand the technology and terminology. Again, I'll get you that sheet that shows you all the differences in batteries for all the phones and tablets and Kindles, so you can have that handy when you're talking to your customer. and recommend based on need. Sometimes they may not need that 1200 mAh multiple charger, and they just want an inexpensive 2200. So, but it's also important to identify the customer's needs as well. Most importantly, be assured you're purchasing quality and safety for your customers. And of course, we always encourage you to call iClick first. So that's our webinar for today. I'm going to introduce you to our sales team. Again, I'm Reggie Gonzalez, VP of Sales on the left-hand side. And again, if you want us to do any kind of virtual, you need a quote, go ahead and send me a email after the webinar. You could reach me at reggig@iclick.com and at extension 373 at 800-456-9177. In the middle there is James Bidawa. He's our relationship manager. He can be reached at extension 360. And you can send him an email as well for virtuals and quotes as well. James F. at iclick.com. And upper right-hand corner is our sales manager, TJ Vale. Some of you may have already contacted TJ on work with him in the past. His extension is 339. And you can be reached at tjvale at iclick.com. Also, our inside sales team members, and again, I'll send you this slide. There is one correction. Aleha up in the Midwest is no longer with iClick, so that's Marissa McKinn, which is in the right-hand part of your screen. She has moved into our Midwest territory. So you have Abigail for the West, you have Gwen for the South and Canada, Ryan for our East customers, and then Marissa on the right-hand side for our Midwest customers. So, all right, well, for those who have to get back to your customers, I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to spend some time with you this morning. I hope, again, this has been informational and educational, as well as a little bit of fun. I'd like to thank you. Again, you'll be receiving an email for all those who registered that this will be available as a recording and a copy of the PowerPoint, and will be available on our website. So those who have to leave us today, go ahead and, again, thank you very much for the opportunity to spend some time with you this morning and this afternoon. Have a great day. Make it a great day. Go sell some power banks. I'm now going to field some questions for those who want to stay on and ask me some additional questions that I may not have covered during the webinar. So I'm going to open up the question and answer period here. All right. From Michelle Peckrell, she asks, any issues with carrying these on airplanes in your carry-on? I heard airlines weren't allowing lithium batteries on planes. I'd like to clarify, yes, you did hear that airlines weren't allowing them. It's not that they're not allowing them. This isn't the cargo hold. This is for transportation only. So if they are UL certified and have all the certifications, they are okay to bring on planes, and with us, we have to provide certificates when we're transporting or when we're shipping them to your customers, but that's for cargo use. So it doesn't affect it. And again, if you have those certifications, been approved, no issues with those at all. And I take mine, I've traveled the past year on mine, I've had no issues with my charger. So, from Kaylin Bodel, she asks, is it dangerous to your device to use a lower mAh battery with something like an iPad? It's not dangerous. It won't harm the iPad, but you're going to get very little. Well, first of all, on a lower mAh, such as a 2200, you're going to get very little extended time with that, maybe a half an hour to an hour, because that iPad, that's an 8,000 mAh, so it draws a lot of energy. But no harm. It won't harm anything. It's just like if you plugged in an external battery to it. So I'd be surprised if you got maybe an hour extended time on a lower mAh battery power. So I would just always use a higher battery mAh if your customer is utilizing a tablet. And a lot of sales forces are using tablets now when they're out in the field. So I would go with a minimum 8,000 or more or higher on that, just to be on the safe side. And again, give them extended battery power, a lot more extended battery power, and recharging capacities. Michelle, thank you. We appreciate that. I hope I clarified that. Any other questions out there? Usually we have a whole bunch of questions. Not today. I guess I might have done a thorough job. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Anybody else wants to answer a question that I haven't been able to answer, then I'm going to say bid you a fond adieu and wish you a great afternoon of sales, and looking forward to talking to you further in the future. All right. No other questions? If you do have a question, feel free to email me at reggig@iclick.com, and we'll get those questions answered. Again, all those who stayed over to, do I have a question then? For all those who stayed over, thank you again very, very much. It's been a pleasure hosting you today. Have a great day, make it a great day, and sell some power banks today. Take care. Bye.